Good day, Mr. Chairman, panel of judges, accurate timekeeper, fellow students, co-debaters, ladies and gentlemen. As you all know, my name is Asamani Evelinofe, and I stand here in favor of the motion. TVET schools are more important than secondary school. Someone may ask, what's the meaning of TVET? TVET means technical, vocational, education and training, while secondary school is a traditional institution where students continue their education right after JHS. I say this not to dismiss secondary school, but face reality. What Ghana and Africa need right now are skills and not just certificates. Firstly, TVET creates jobs, while secondary school creates job seekers, limited to what? To earn money and becoming independent at the age of 18 years old. This is not limitation, but this is freedom. A secondary school graduate leave rate was a result. But if I may ask, what's next? Many wait years for university or white-collar job, but a TVET graduate leave rate skills. On the graduation day, an electrician can wire your house, a seamstress can sew your dress, and a plumber can fix your pipe. This is what Ghana and Africa need. Look around you, the roads, the cars, there is solar installation, the food, the phone repairs, and the food we eat are all from skilled hand. This is what Ghana and Africa need. Secondly, TVET matches the modern world. It brings future-based. AI can write essay, but cannot unplug your sink or repair your fridge. TVET means the immediate job and economic impact. A country needs both secondary thinkers and TVET to build doors for people. Thirdly, TVET direct job skills. TVET focuses on hand-on trade like carpentry, electrical work, welding, ICT, and catering. Graduates can start earning money right after TVET schools, but secondary school teach theory first, job later. I would like to call on to my opponent to agree with me that TVET schools are more important than secondary schools. Thank you.
There was a certain village called Asimpakrum. In this village, every 3 days, people of the village fell sick and some even died. Do you know why? Because there are no doctors, not to talk of hospitals, clinic, etc. There are no teachers to teach the children to become great people in the future. The chairperson, panel of judges, accurate timekeeper, distinguished guests, fellow students, ladies and gentlemen, good day. Osman Umhara is my name, a proud student of Kyabobo Girls School in Basic 7, and I am here to firmly stand against the motion. And I quote, CVA schools are more important than secondary schools. What then is CVA schools? CVA schools are a specialized form of education that focuses on acquiring the practical skills, technical knowledge, and hands-on experience required for a specific trade occupation and livelihood, while secondary schools refers to the education provided after primary schools and before higher optional education. CVA schools are important but not better than secondary schools because, firstly, secondary schools keep options open. SHS doesn't lock you into one business too early. A 15-year-old may not know if they want to be an electrician, nurse, or accountant. SHS let them study all core subjects and they later choose TVET specialized facts. If you choose wrong, switching career is very hard. The chairperson, while some TVET graduates may gain employment quickly, SHS graduates have greater opportunities for higher education, which can lead to a wider range of careers, higher earning potential, and long-term career growth. In addition, secondary school provide broader education. Secondary school teaches subjects such as maths, English, science, social studies, and ICT. This broad knowledge helps students to understand different fields and prepare them for many careers. Last but not the least, secondary schools provide flexibility for the future. A student who attends secondary school can later choose vocational training if desired. However, a vocational student may have fewer options if they choose to change careers. The chairperson, ladies and gentlemen, I therefore call all and sundry to help me vote against the motion. And I quote, CVA schools are more important than secondary schools. Thanks.
Good day, Mr. Chairman, panel of judges, accurate timekeeper, distinguished guests, co-debaters, fellow students, Ladies and gentlemen, as you all know, my name is Bajo Mary. I'm standing here to support the motion. TV schools are more important than secondary school, and I quote and unquote the wise word of the late president of South Africa, Nelson Mandela. He said, education is the powerful weapon in which we can use to change the world. Mandela's words remind us that education is the key to progress. Mr. Chairman, someone may ask, what is a school? A school is a place where students go to be educated. TV schools is one type of education where students go to be educated. Firstly, TVET produce hand-on learning like carpentry, welding, and many more. Secondly, TVETs acquire individuals with practical skills, creativity, and confidence to thrive in today's world of works and entrepreneurs. Addition to this, TVETs acquired individual with practical skills, industries revenues, and diverse career pathways better for workforce readiness and economic growth. Upon all points I read about, I invite my opponent to agree with me that TV schools are more important than secondary schools. Thank you.
The chairperson, ladies and gentlemen, fellow students, I greet you all. My name is Asiama Perpetua, a proud student of Kyabobo Girls School in Basic 7, and I'm the second speaker. I stand firmly against the motion and I quote, TVS schools are more important than secondary school. The chairperson, our next point is broad adaptability versus absolute. Technology evolves rapidly. If a student has a single, highly specific vocational trade at a young age, they risk technological unemployment when that trade becomes automated or obsolete. Example, a traditional mechanic trained to fix combustion engines will struggle to adapt to electric vehicles into brackets EVs brackets close without a strong foundation in chemistry and physics. In addition to that, secondary schools build the foundation for every diverse skill. My opponents claim that learning builds every diverse skill, but vocational skills cannot exist in a vacuum. You cannot effectively run a modern auto shop, code a CNC machine, or manage a business construction without a fundamental math and reading comprehension. Example, reading a complex geometric chart, executing trigonometric formulas to cut materials, or writing a professional business proposal all rely on the core academic stuff in secondary education serves as the operating system. Civil skills are the software that runs on it. Thank you.
Chairman, panel of judges, accurate timekeeper, distinguished guests, fellow debaters, ladies and gentlemen, my name is Mary Ayenswayebwa, and I'm the third speaker for the motion. TVET schools are more important than secondary schools. Mr. Chairman, secondary school gives you knowledge, but technical school gives you bread. As my opponent said, secondary schools brings about help one to become a doctor, a teacher. But if I may ask, what is a teacher without a table and a chair, or a doctor whilst a patient without a bed? As my first and second speaker said, technical school brings about real life, real job, and real impact on our economy. They also talked about economic development. That's also one thing. TVET helps to build houses, factories, solar installation, and phone repairs. This can help one to cater for he or herself right after secondary education. In a country where youth need jobs today, not degrees in 10 years. Secondly, TVET schools are vital for Ghana's growth. They provide job and ready skills. They provide job and ready skills, promote self-employment, and meet industrial needs. TVET empowers students for success. In conclusion, TVET schools are important for Ghanaians. They give students skills for success. That's why I, Mary Ayenswayebwa, stand firmly for the motion. TVET schools are more important than secondary school. Thank you.
The chairperson, ladies and gentlemen, I greet you all. Janice Ganyo is my name, the third speaker against the motion, and I quote, TV schools are better than secondary schools. The chairperson, as my first and second speaker stated, secondary schools indeed build the foundation for all careers. It provides basic knowledge needed for future careers. Secondly, secondary schools give broader knowledge base. It exposes students to a wide range of subjects including mathematics, science, languages, social studies, and arts. In addition, learning builds every TVET skill. My first speaker stated clearly that students develop reading and comprehension skills required to understand, and this included TVET students because without reading and comprehension skills, they cannot understand technical manual instructions. To add to that, secondary schools keep options open. SHS are not working into one trade. Secondary schools keep career options open by exposing students to a variety of subjects rather than training them into only one trade. Finally, the chairperson, ladies and gentlemen, with all these important points mentioned, I call on all of you to refute the saying that private schools are more important than secondary schools. Thank you.